Hi, I think we are live, and I'm coming live to you from StreamYard. Hopefully this is going into the right appropriate places. My name is Heidi Springborn. I am an innovative promoter for independent promoter for Innovative Posh. And I'm kind of new to the industry. I've been doing this since 2022, so only about a little over a year. That's kind of when I started and why I started. Innovative Posh kind of fell right into my lap at the perfect time in my life. I was at the tail end of a very toxic work environment that I just resigned from, finishing up paramedic school and having a lot of mood issues and a lot of problems, a lot of negativity, if you will. I was in a very dark place. So Innovative Posh was introduced to me by a very dear friend. And that's kind of how I started. Now we've got, and I'm just going to briefly go through this because today I have a special guest. This is going to be mostly about my special guest, and I'd like to talk about the business opportunity. But just real briefly, some of the products that I find are phenomenal and what got me involved in this company. These two are my favorites. We've got a Feel Great CBD, 100% THC free. I'm also a paramedic in my side job, so I've got to watch out what I put into my body. And these two products together are my lifesaver. These are the two products that I started with, and then are complete. Foundation of health and wellness right here begins with the multivitamin. And then some of the other products that I love are the Infinite. This is collagen for hair, skin, and nails. And then our big ones right now are the Ignite. And I'm sure Terri can tell us a little bit about her story in a little bit. We've got two options. We've got a patch, 2-patch system, and then our Ignite coffee is changing lives. I know I use it. I call it my feel-good coffee because there's L-theanine in it. L-theanine is a good product to help boost your mood, works on your brain receptors. But people's waistlines are melting away with this product. And I'm sure Terri can tell us about this. So I'm going to introduce someone that I highly, highly respect and look up to. I met this woman recently in Florida, and I just love her. So this is Terri Podrazza. Terri, hi, how are you doing?
I'm fantastic. It's been kind of crazy like this few weeks, probably like for everybody else. And I'm sorry that my iPad is weird and I don't know where to look. So don't mind me being crazy eyed sometimes. I'm just going to look at you, Heidi.
First, I would love to know, how long have you been with Innovative and how did you get started?
So I'm actually very lucky. I started my health and wellness journey 10 years ago. This last April is when I started, but the December or so before was when I started being that looky-loo on social media and reaching out and wanting to know more. I was in a really dark place. I had gotten very unhealthy after losing my mom, and I just needed to stop smoking again because I was a professional quitter of smoking, and I needed to just really take control of myself and do it all at once because I already knew what stopping smoking did to me from experience. And so that was, you fast forward about 10 years ago, June was when I decided, okay, I'm having great results. I'm going to do this as a business. I'm already a self-employed hairdresser. I've been practicing doing hair almost 40 years, and about 25 of those I've been self-employed. So being self-employed and health and wellness from the inside out, that's just, another avenue of my business. And so when I started on that journey, and I knew that I had a lot of weight to lose and a lot of different things that I needed to do, and it wasn't going to be cheap. And I'm a thrifty gal. and like I said, also self-employed. So it was a no-brainer for me to sign up for the business opportunity because I could use it as an extension of a business I already had, for one.
Sure.
Anybody who, I mean, let's just talk about it for real. My husband and I have been together almost 40 years, since I started beauty school. I met him before, not long before I started beauty
That's
school.
amazing, Terri. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
we didn't rush into getting married. We just had our 20th anniversary at the beginning of July, but we have lived together, married, never split up the entire time.
It's a long time.
And I've always worked and taken care of myself. And so, yeah, I'm easily sidetracked. And so I knew from being in a business aspect that, to get back to what we were talking about, that it was a no brainer for me. Oh, my husband and I, we don't have children. We just didn't have kids because I thought, I have a brother who's a lot younger than me that my mom had at almost 40, and I thought I had forever. And then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, you know what really can happen?
I feel you there, girl.
Yeah. Then you're like, oh my gosh, that stuff could kill you. So anyway, let's face it. We are successful working people with no tax deductions.
Okay.
So it's a home-based business is very beneficial in more than one way. Like I said, an extension of a business I already had. It was one that went hand in hand with it, and I already knew. And I knew the benefits of something, saving money on something I was already going to be using a lot of, which is exactly why I'll never get rid of my hair license. If you think I'm going to pay full price for professional products or stuff to do my hair, you're out of your mind. So it's the same thing. I'm like, I'm paying full price for this because I want a lot of it and I need to try all the things. So I needed to make it affordable, and quickly found that it was very beneficial as for myself and my husband too, for tax purposes and also for increasing my income. So when Innovative Nutrition actually started in 2016, it's gone through some different things, but we
Okay.
launched with this body app. And so I've been with that since that inception. I have been
Okay.
with this and this kind of compensation plan and the whole 9 yards since then. Heidi and Ken, I've come right along with them, as like a lot of people will say, been around the flagpole, but I've always worked the business. And so I just went right in with them when it came back to body apps and stuff. I just have always just been there, and it's a wonderful opportunity, especially when we launched this, when the country shut down. And as I said, I'm a self-employed hairdresser. There is no part of unemployment happening as a self-employed hairdresser.
Sure.
Oh, they were going to make unemployment for us, but it wasn't even going to be eligible for us to have until the end of April. And then, of course, on that Sunday night when they released it for this, everybody that was self-employed in the state of Washington, along with everybody else who was already collecting unemployment, we crashed that system.
Yeah.
So there were days, and I had one phone. And I didn't have time to sit all day on the phone and hope that I was going to collect some unemployment for something I never paid for anyways.
Sure.
I just went to work. I had the best opportunity for something, and we had a captive audience with everybody being at home to be able to share it. I mean, think about it. If we would have known the country would shut down, do you think that they probably would have launched a company?
No, but Heidi White here, our CEO, she's phenomenal. She, even though the country shut down, she knew that she had something.
Right.
And you know what? I have a confession to make. Because I got involved with this business because I saw such quick results in what I was using, but there was probably a little bit of part of me that I thought it was meant to be because her name was Heidi.
Well, right. I mean, sometimes we all get that little tap, Well, what brought me to Innovative, I was really lucky. I actually came, and the person that I was reaching out to a long time was my friend. Okay. I knew her from the time she was probably 12 or so. I was friends with her friend's older sister.
Is that how you got involved?
that's how I met my girlfriend that got me involved in
Okay.
this. I have joined network marketing stuff in the past. Like early on in my hair career, I joined 2 different companies,
Okay.
basically just to save the money. But I was so busy with hair and young and really didn't have good leadership to show me what was possible on the business end of it. And, and that's the difference. And I'm sorry, but health and beauty and health and wellness are the 2 top industries in the country.
Yeah.
We don't have vitamin stores and everything else on every street corner in America and walls of, 2 aisles of stuff at stores if people weren't seeking
Yep.
it out.
Yep.
I
Recession proof.
remember,
Recession proof.
yeah, it's like back in the 80s when everybody started laughing about people who were paying to go to the gym to work out, or people who were buying bottled water, or, all of these things. And so it's the same. It's foreign to a lot of people. But what I love about it, and I'm going to use the last couple months for myself as an
Okay.
example, and the last year for my friend, Shelly, that I was talking about, who brought me into this. I was watching her on social media, and, tough years, tough times, like for a lot of people.
Hmm.
Sometimes you get thrown a side curveball and you're busy. But because this business is a community of people all working together, there where everybody does a little bit to rise everybody else, you all lift the boat, that when something happens in your life or you're got a little sideways or aren't exactly available, the rest of the people in your team and community are still working, still lifting you up, still answering questions,
You want to know what I
still
noticed?
helping your friends.
You want to know what I noticed? Because I was an EMT, not quite paramedic yet, during COVID. So I had to work during COVID, and there was so many sick people I saw. And when I found innovative, I'm like, why did people not find out and know about this before? It's a no-brainer, this company, and the way that, the patch versus a pill and how that all works. And then once I started to see the community of people within it, I was sold. And I've never done anything like this before. And for me, it was seeing Heidi Whitehair and what she's built, and everybody that's so family oriented. It really is the innovative family.
It really is. And a lot of us, which I'm sure you've met, we've known each other for a long time. We've gone through different things. I have friends that I've been in business with, friends that I haven't been in business with, friends that I'm in business with again. I mean, it just comes and goes. That's part of life. That's one of those things. But I'll tell you, the wonderful thing about network marketing, like I said, is everything that it does and everybody working together and whatnot. But when you talk about self-employment again, and Melody Masters commented on this once, like myself, I'm self-employed, and how I talked about there's no unemployment. Oh, guess what? I got no retirement either.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing. Well, my husband has retirement. Well, hey, woo, that's wonderful. My dad told me my whole life, you don't rely on nobody to take care of you. And also, we all know we shouldn't have all of our eggs in one basket. And the thing about this business is a willable legacy income. And even though I don't have children, I could leave it to my nephew. I could leave it to my niece. I could, whoever I want. I could leave it to a rock star downline. I mean, I don't know. You figure it out. But at the point is it never goes anywhere. And it organically will continue to grow and do its thing. And it's all about just helping people. And so when you help people, like I said, it organically grows. I have a friend that I've known almost 40 years, and I went to cut her hair and she saw me and I could see her eyeball in my shoulder, and she was getting ready to travel. And she's a self-employed hairdresser as well.
Okay.
And very smart business gal. And so she was like, look at that. And I'm like, it's my vitamins. She goes, oh, because I thought you stopped smoking. That's what everybody always first says. And I said, yes. And I said, I'm telling you, sister, A to Z and all my fish oils, and I'm not burping, I'm tasting them all day long. And she goes, what? And so then I reached into my bag, which happens to be right here. So I'll do it again. And I pulled this out. I said, this is all of my supplementation for an entire month. And I
No
take it like this
bottles,
when
no
I
like,
travel. No pills, powders, potions. And she was getting ready to travel to Romania on a mission and travel around. Well, anybody who knows anything about that, I mean, goodness, you never know what the conditions might be. So she felt so good and was so thankful. But after she purchased some products to try, it wasn't within a few days that she called me. And because she is in business, I said, hey, you know, if you're going to do like this much, blah, blah, blah. And I just gave her a quick little run. She goes, let's do that. And she's growing this business because she feels so good just telling her hair customers she's growing. She don't even know what she's doing. We haven't even managed to get together to set her wallet up yet. She's like, just leave it in there. And she just wants people to feel as good as she feels.
yeah.
You know what she told me yesterday?
What?
I said, sister, you got to send me that in a text so I can share that testimony. That's what this is about.
Yep.
She hasn't been able to do this in years. In years. And she said she was talking to somebody the other day and she pointed and she went, oh, and she realized her fingers were touching the pads of her hands. She says, I haven't been able to do that. She says, I went in and showed my husband. She's like, look at this. And he's like, whoa. And because of that and how good she's feeling, she can't wait to get her labs back. I think it's next month. She sees her whoever, and
Sure.
she's someone who goes regularly and she's got all kinds of things going on, so she's constantly having her tests, and she'll be a great person to share with us what she's done. But that alone, that's all it takes is this. And so like I said, she's just been sharing. She's got like 3 customers. She's like working on this. She goes, I need to figure this out and we got to share this with somebody because she's like you, she told me. Even though she is too. She goes, she does this stuff. She knows about that upline thing you're telling me about, she said.
I know personally, I've never felt, and I'm 44, I've never felt like this in my whole life. And I've never felt like this about a group of people. And it's just something different and it's something rare. And I wanted to be a part of it so badly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what drew me.
Well, and people come not believing it.
Yeah.
Again, I'll talk about Melody, how I'd not said it. She's a single woman of a mature, more age and has, you know, been self-employed for years. And that's what she said. She goes, I'm building an income, and she had lost everything in a fire.
I know.
I can't even imagine. And she goes, and I have just been like, she goes, it's this gift. And I've just been given, you know, and she says, and this is real. And she came looking for reasons not to believe, not to.
Me too.
To like.
Me too.
Did you?
You couldn't find the flaw.
Well, there you go. You just couldn't resist me, could you, sister?
Well, I couldn't find a flaw. I couldn't find the flaw. I was looking and I couldn't find it anywhere.
That's so good to hear, though.
So what are some of your favorite products, Terri?
Honestly, I love all the products. You're not going to find one that I don't love or use. The business opportunity is probably my favorite because of the cost of it and what it can do for people just easily on the side. I was on vacation and the people we were vacationing with was checking her business daily and getting online and doing computer stuff and all this. And I'm just popping on and doing a couple things in and out when I can. And I got paid 3 times while I was gone. I
mean, it's only like $49.95.
Yeah. Right? $49.95, you know, once a year. You automatically start at 15% profit and savings. With an opportunity to go to 40. Shut up right now. Seriously. I knew the benefit of it. And like I said, being self-employed, I went to 40 right away because it's no brainer for me. Why wouldn't I? And then just sell the product as I go along to get my money back, because I didn't have to pay full retail. I got the big percentage off when I purchased it, but I got the $4,000 worth of product and I just sold it to my customers, to myself. I used it.
And the best part is they don't make you buy it.
Oh, you don't
That's
have to.
what I like. They didn't force you to buy anything. It's up to you what you want to do.
Yeah, nobody asked me. Like I said, I'd been doing it for a while and I already knew. And quite honestly, with some of these body apps, like I said, as a hairdresser, I wouldn't still be standing behind the hair chair doing hair to any capacity if I didn't use CBD and support. I would not probably be able to find my car keys most days if I didn't start with 2 energy patches every day and then have one of the drinkables in the afternoon. About what's your 2 o'clock? Yeah, that's mine.
I wouldn't be
But
able to get through my 24-hour shifts without those energy patches in that
oh
drinkable.
gosh, no. And the mood elevation's crazy. But
Uh-huh.
honestly, what I want to say to people is if you want to get started on something and you don't know where to start,
Yeah.
one, you can either address the very most issue you feel you have and start there. But quite honestly, my first option and opinion to everybody to start with, I don't care who you are, is our complete vitamin.
Agreed.
And then you need to add in the Optimate. I am somebody who never has struggled with digestive health. I get out of bed, I go to the bathroom. There's nothing about coffee I need. 2 or 3 times a day. I love vegetables. I do fruits. I'm very lucky.
Yeah.
Even when I travel, I don't have a lot of problems. I don't have sensitivities to foods. There's nothing I can't eat generally or won't eat. Depends on how hungry I am. I have things that are, they're not my favorite, but I'll eat them if I'm hungry. But this, you will find out, wow, maybe you do have a little more sensitivities, or that whole digestive system doesn't run just quite like you thought it did.
I
So
do have sensitivities and I need that Optimate.
yes, these are your first 2 products to start with. I don't care who you are. That's just my opinion, because this is your strong foundation. And then you want to continue on that foundation. Then you want to add in Immune. This is also going to help with digestive health. This is also going to help with my stuff I was telling you about earlier. This is going to help with the same issues for a lot of people in the restroom that this helps with. This is going to help with upset tummies and all that kind of stuff, and all that inflammation because the ginger, the turmeric, all of that stuff. This is your place to start. And then you want to address, and some people, like my girlfriend, she's not using the weight management stuff that just started on all of our products. Guess who's down 11 pounds?
Really?
And all she's
Just by
doing is
using
wearing
those?
the body apps. She's not wearing Ignite, and she's not using Ignite coffee.
But
She's
she's
like,
living
Terri,
healthier.
yes, but her system is balancing out and she's getting all that stuff. But for those that do want weight management, the Ignite coffee is the way to go. I was a beta tester. This stuff is amazing. I am somebody who is cold-blooded and I need that fire. I don't have the Ignite patches laying here, but you do. I wear those. That's what I started with. I lost like 30 pounds using them.
These ones?
Yeah, it was actually, well, most recently, because you know how it goes up and down. In the last couple of years have been crazy. So I was down, I don't even remember without looking. I'm going to say 10, 15 pounds. Then I started some coffee and I lost like another 8.5 and like 14 inches roughly without knowing it all off the top of my head.
I use your pictures a lot, your before and after pictures.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, the thing about the Ignite, because you know how the patches, because you know how they just slow roll out over the period of time, right?
Yep.
So those Ignite body apps are kind of like that slow roll, and they just get your fire going and they help with your cravings and they have that. But this magic that you don't get from the coffee is the number 2 patch that deals with all of that liver detox and all of that kind of stuff that, trust me, you're having. Because like I told you, I started this seriously. I have been a loser of pounds, interested in my health since I was a kid. I took my first nutritional class in school at like 14. I've gone to all kinds of, this program and that program and this food plan and that food plan and whatever, professional, but studied a lot of different things. But this stuff makes a difference because it's that whole lifestyle thing. And so that long, slow burn, and then I throw the fire on it to kick up my metabolism, to get that extra boost that I need. And and like I said, that liver detox, even though I had been eating clean for so long and doing all the things, when we got those Ignite body apps and they came out, this was me on the 5 o'clock meeting. I couldn't keep my eyes open. I was all swelled up right up under here. And I was like, I mean, I had so much going on. I was drinking water. I was having to I had to turn the camera off because I was not looking like I was.
Oh no.
And that's what it was from. It was about day 3 to 6 of when I took the Ignite patches. I needed to kick up my energy and I needed to kick up my vitamin and water intake. And it was about 2 or 3 days, and then I was golden.
Okay, good.
So yeah, but it's real.
I personally can't talk about the Ignite patches, so I really, really enjoy listening to how it works, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, because I struggle with talking about that one because I don't use them. So I don't know what actually happens to your body. So that's really good to hear.
I'm going to say you should interview, or not necessarily interview, but talk to Amanda about her experience with Ignite body apps. Amanda Kristoff.
Okay. She's on my list.
Yeah. Well, Amanda Kristoff, little bitty, mighty powerhouse. Talk to her about Ignite.
Maybe I should be using it.
Her story's pretty interesting.
Okay, I will.
So, and I think she's been interviewed about it. So maybe even just reach out to her and see if you can watch it beforehand. Then you'll have a little bit of
I will.
But yeah, yeah.
So you've been pretty successful over the course of the years, I would say.
It comes and goes. Yeah. It's successful and done. It just all.
What are the secrets to your success?
I'm sorry. Well, it's just all about, I think, your desire to be in it. I mean, your desire is there, but you just have to keep at it. You have to remove yourself, which for a lot of people, including myself, is really hard, from everybody else's opinions on it or having your feelings hurt, because it will happen a lot. Like I lost my mom, and then my cousin almost 5 months to the day later, a week shy of her 38th birthday. And then this, and then customers I've been doing for 30 years. And the loss was incredible. And it was like, oh my God. And I found something that was making me feel better. And if I could get every single one of them to use it, to keep them, is what I felt like. I wanted to keep them.
Yeah.
I would. But those are the hard ones.
Oh,
so
honey.
You've got to remove your personal feelings. That's the hardest part.
It is the hardest part because...
And just keep sharing. Because those that need to hear it will hear it. So what you need to do is look outside, is my opinion, and just keep sharing outside with people.
I just want to hug you right now.
I don't. It's just, it's hard when you lose people.
I'm sorry, honey. I know it is. I know it is.
Yeah. Which we recently lost another one. So that's just what happens. But yeah. I mean, what do you do, right? You just want to love them.
What suggestions? Because I'm fairly new, and I got into this business because I saw the opportunity. I saw hope.
Right.
What do you have? What suggestions do you have for somebody who's just new and looking to learn?
Ask questions.
Okay.
Just ask questions, reach out, keep reaching out. And as I said, don't take anything personally, because as we know, goodness, how long was it before I looked at your message? Like when you wanted me, people are busy.
I know.
Stuff happens. Things get lost in the shuffle. If I see a message and I'm going to check for something else and I hit a text message or a messenger message and I haven't had time to deal with it, I'm at work or driving or whatever, and I accidentally hit it, it's gone. It might come back, because if I'm in like hair mode and somebody's talking to me about something else, I don't remember. And then when I have to go home and I switch to other mode, then so I'm a big fan. I tell people all the time, if you ain't heard back from me in like within a day, hit me again.
I'm very grateful, because I know you've had a lot going on in your family recently, and I really appreciate you showing up for me today.
Oh, absolutely. And it's like I said, you want to show up as your best. And this morning I was not my best.
Wow.
But
you're an awesome lady, and I've always thought so, and I'm always going to think so.
Well, I appreciate that. And I think you're fantastic too. It was wonderful to get to meet you and have you join into our family, because we are a family. So when the Washington team wins that next challenge again, and we have that big announcement, you'll have to be sure to come and visit.
Kendra might have some words for you.
I'm quite sure Kendra does, but I'm just throwing it out there.
Terry, I love you.
Ding, ding, Kendra. Are you watching?
I want to thank you, Terry, for being here tonight. I so
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it. I so appreciate
Anytime.
it.
And appreciate you hanging in with me trying to get my stuff hooked
Of
up and lined
course.
up and online and all that good
Of
stuff.
course. Of course. Of
So,
course.
all right, Heidi, I hopefully was helpful, answered some questions. But anybody who has, I mean, for $49.95 for a 1 year, what could happen? Like I said, get in, watch all the videos you can, talk to people. Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Okay.
You know, reach out to people, join the groups, what have you. And I really can't imagine being disappointed.
I can't wait to see where I'm going to be in 5 years.
Right? Me either.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see. I'm pretty sure you'll still be here with us, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay,
Because
great.
this is a lifestyle. This is
It
not
is.
something that's just, this is a
It is,
lifestyle.
because there's always
Yeah.
something that shows. It's each decade, I swear. Like each decade, like
Yeah.
from 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, each one brings its fun.
I see a tribe that I want to be a part of, and I'm not letting go.
Well, we will keep you. Don't let go. Hang on tight, even when she tilts. Right. Okay. Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you, Terry. You have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye now.